What's up, degenerates? Mad Merrigan here for Cold Bear Sports. Right, lads, Cheltenham, I said I'd have a look, try and dig out a nice bet. I've picked out here an each way Trixie, and an each way Trixie and an each way Treble. So I advised one much earlier back in January. We had Ella Espella in the Mayor's Novice, Laham Press in the Turners, and we have Time Hill in the Stairs. So I want to advise another one, definitely a bit of fun, and I like these horses. So we're going to be looking at the Pretemps final, we're going to be looking at the Coral Cup, and we're going to be looking at the Mayor's Chase. Now, however, there is two different markets, so I'm going to go with the non-runner no bet for this one. You can maybe look at the anti-post yourself if you want. Maybe do it in both markets. Put a percentage of your stake in both markets. But we'll just focus on the non-runner no bet, and then I'll touch on the anti-post prices after. So we're going to start the each way Trixie with the Pretemps final and a horse called Ala Philippe. He's 8-1, 5 places. Definitely an interesting runner, very classy horse, and I think he's handicapped to run a massive race. He had a return run in Warwick, but he looked like much the best horse throughout that race, only to tire late on. I expect to see a much more fitter horse in Cheltenham, and I expect to see a horse handicapped with luck and running to run a massive race. So Ala Philippe for the Fergal O'Brien team, Paddy Brennan, no doubt to be crying out to get a Cheltenham Festival winner, and I think Ala Philippe might be one of their best chances of the meeting at 8-1 in the non-runner no bet market, but he's around, you can probably get over 10-1 in the anti-post market. Right, and then our second bet in the Coral Cup, the second one in the Trixie and Treble, is I Am Maximus. Now this horse is definitely learning on the job, he's still unexposed, and big field handicap might be again him, but he's had a few runs now. He has been to Cheltenham. He did get his colours lowered, but he got his colours lowered by a decent horse, and he was only beaten not too far. So I think definitely handicapped with some upside, and these big handicaps, no harm to have a horse with a little bit up his sleeve. However, he will have to be more streetwise on the day, but he's an 8-1 shot 5 places in the non-runner no bet market, and in the anti-post market he'd probably be backed as big as 14-1 and things like that. And then in the Mayor's Chase, Concertista. Now I think you should just focus on the non-runner no bet market here, because she's the same price in most of the markets. She's around the 3-1 shot in either markets, whether it's anti-post or non-runner no bet, so it makes no sense to back her in the anti-post market. Definitely just back her in the non-runner no bet market. Now she has been very good so far over fences. She's 2 from 2. She's won both starts with the minimum of fuss, and you'd like to think that she'd be a real live player here. I know Ellie May came back to form the last day, but she won a bad race, and I think Concertista might be a bit more classier than Ellie May. Ellie May is a tough mare. She ran a cracking run in this last year, so she can't be underestimated. But I just want to be with Concertista. The fact that she's very unexposed still as a chaser. She is only 2 from 2, and I get the feeling that we haven't seen the best of her in a strongly run race in Cheltenham with a clean round of jumping. I think she'll be bang there. So yeah, lads, that's one of a few bets I'll be putting up in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, if you have done the other anti-post bet I did, we're sitting pretty there. We're on horses at much bigger prices that have shortened now, like Laham Press for the Turners was 9-1. He's like as short as 7-2 in places. So, you know, and they're all tightened up a good bit. The horse in the Stairs hurdle, Time Hill, was 7-1, and was 13-2 for a long time after that as well, but he's around a 9-2 shot now. And then we had Ella Espella was around a 9-1 shot as well. She's into around 6-1, 13-2, so that one's doing well. But I do like this play as an each way Trixie. I think definitely an interesting bet. Like I say, for the Patreon service tomorrow, I'm interested in a couple of horses in Wolverhampton. So let's hope we can end the month with a couple of winners, please God. Joe Value has 3 on the service today, so let's, he sat quiet there for the last few days. So let's hope we can really kick them in the nuts now today and tomorrow, and finish out, a frustrating week in a good note. Right, yeah, that's the 3. Pretemps final. Alaphilippe, I Am Maximus, Coral Cup, Contratista. Now I have backed Good Time Johnny for the Coral Cup, but I backed him at 20-1. He's now their favourite, but I worry that his last win in Leopardstown might have hurt his chance. It's so funny, he won in Leopardstown, he goes up a good few pound, and then they cut him from 20s to 10s, and he was as big as 25s in places, but I think after winning in Leopardstown, I think that gives him a worse chance of winning the county. I might be wrong because he hasn't reached the ceiling and he could be a graded horse in a handicap. But you know what I mean. It is what it is. I'm going to go for this bet. I Am Maximus. Definitely an interesting runner. Right, lads, enjoy. Cheltenham not too far away. And I've one selection today on the YouTube in Naas. And hopefully that'll run well. I see Neil Mulholland has a horse today too over fences in Fontwell. Look, it's not a great race, but he's definitely has plenty of pint form. I can't think of the name of the horse for love nor money, but he runs in yellow colours. And I'd say he could run all right today back over fences with some decent pint form. And off a mark of 104, I wouldn't be surprised if he ran okay. Right, enjoy that each way Trixie and each way Treble. And if that comes in, yeah, you really will kick the bookies in the nuts. Right, take care. God bless.